Good morning, dear students. In the last class, we discussed regards to the chapter name Surface Chemistry. In that chapter, we discussed regards to differences between physical adsorption and chemical adsorption. So, in this class, we are going to discuss with the factors affecting the adsorption of gases on solids. So, in case of this adsorption of gases on solids, the solids are the adsorbents and gases are the adsorbates. Look at the concept that the extent of adsorption of a gas on the solid surface of the adsorbent depends on the following factors. There are given some factors, and those factors which can effectively affect the adsorption of gases on solids. In that, the first one is nature of the gas, it is adsorbate; nature of the solid, it is adsorbent; specific area of adsorbent, that means solid; temperature, pressure, and next one is activation energy of adsorbent. Come to the first one, that nature of the gas, it is the adsorbate. The first one is nature of the gas, that is adsorbate. In the case of physical adsorption, easily liquefiable gases. Easily liquefiable gases means what? Gases having higher critical temperatures like ammonia, hydrogen chloride, carbon dioxide, etc. are absorbed to the greater extent, whereas less easily liquefiable gases. So that means gases which have lower critical temperature like hydrogen gas, oxygen gas, nitrogen gas, those are adsorbed to a lower extent. So what we came to know that by this concept, that means what? Nature of the gas, easily liquefiable gases which can adsorb more as compared to less liquefiable gases like hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen. You should remember this. In the case of chemical adsorption, a gas gets adsorbed on the solid surface if it forms bond with it. A adsorbate should form bond with the adsorbent, then only chemical adsorption that is taking place. Come to the next concept, that nature of the solid, that means adsorbent. The extent of adsorption also depending on adsorbent. Come to the next one, that specific area of the adsorbent. The specific area of adsorbent of a solid is the surface area available for adsorption for gram of adsorbent. So it is a definition of specific area of adsorbent. What is the concept? The surface area available on the adsorbent for the adsorption of 1 per gram of adsorbent. So this is what we can able to say, specific area of adsorbent. Greater the specific area of solid, greater would be the adsorption power or adsorbent power. That is why finely divided form of adsorbent adsorb more adsorbates. So during the adsorption of some chemical reactions, we are going to use finely divided adsorbent because of this finely divided divided adsorbent which can adsorb the adsorbates more. So for that, from this point what we came to know, that if the surface area of the adsorbent, if it is more, then adsorption will be more. Come to the next one, temperature. See, adsorption of a particular gas on the particular adsorbent decreases with increase in the temperature. You should remember this concept, that adsorption is inversely proportional to the temperature. For example, if you consider for the adsorption of some of the adsorbates on the adsorbent, of different gases on the solids, those will decreases with increase in temperature. As the temperature increases, the adsorption which goes on decreases. So temperature which can also affect the adsorption. Come to the next one, that effect of pressure. At a particular temperature, the adsorption of a gas increases with increase in pressure. So that means what? It is directly proportional to the pressure. That means what? The adsorption will be more of a gas on the solids if pressure it is more. So for that, what we can able to say, the pressure is directly proportional to the adsorption, or adsorption is directly proportional to the pressure. The extent of adsorption is expressed in terms of quantity of adsorbed gas adsorbed by unit mass of adsorbent when equilibrium is reached. For example, if you consider there is a adsorption of gas on solids, the extent of adsorption or the amount of adsorption can be expressed in terms of quantity of gas adsorbed. Here gas, it is a adsorbent. That quantity of gas adsorbed by unit mass of adsorbent when it is attains equilibrium. So it can be expressed that x by m. X means what? Mass of adsorbent. M means what? Mass of adsorbent. The ratio of mass of adsorbent to the mass of adsorbent, this formula which can gives the extent of adsorption of gases on the solids. Come to the next one, adsorption isotherm. It is important for the competitive examinations. So this is what isotherm, that means what? It is a graph that is drawn between amount of gas adsorbed per gram of adsorbent and the equilibrium pressure of the adsorbent at constant temperature, called adsorption isotherm. You look at here, as the pressure increases at particular temperatures, the adsorption it is goes on increases. The extent of adsorption it is goes on increases. See, it is what extent of adsorption, it is what pressure. Look at here, at this temperature, as the pressure increases, adsorption will be this much. At 244 Kelvin, as the pressure increases, initially it is 0. As the pressure increases, it is goes on increases like this. So this is what adsorption isotherm. Come to the next one. It is important one, even for the competitive examinations also. Types of adsorption isotherm. Mainly in your syllabus, you will have two different types of adsorption isotherm. The first one is Freundlich isotherm or adsorption isotherm, and Longmuir adsorption isotherm. It is a Freundlich adsorption isotherm. Next, Longmuir adsorption isotherm. Freundlich adsorption isotherm. First, let us consider the first one. The mathematical expression given Freundlich, which gives the relationship between quantity of gas adsorbed by unit mass of adsorbent and the pressure at a particular temperature. What is that expression? X by m, the extent of adsorption, that is equal to K, it is called as what? Constant. P, that is raised to the power of 1 by n, where n is greater than 1. Just to remember here, the extent of adsorption, that is equal to the K into P, that is raised to the power 1 by n, where n is equal to n is greater than 1. Where x is what? We know that mass of adsorbent, m is mass of adsorbent, P is pressure of adsorbent, that means gas. Here K and N are constants, and these constants which are dependent on the nature of adsorbent and nature of adsorbent. So graphically what we can able to write, look at here, it is in the form of y is equal to m into x plus c. So what we can able to write, we can take it is in y axis, pressure in x axis. So what will happen? First it will increases with increase in the pressure. at low pressure, but it will become independent of pressure at high temperature. As the temperature increases, the adsorption it is independent. Look at here. At the zero pressure, the extent of adsorption is zero. As the pressure increases, it is goes on increases. But it will become independent of this pressure because of at a high pressure. So this is what the graph. Just to remember this graph it is important one. Next, validity of Freundlich isotherm and calculations and of constants k and n. Okay, look at that concept. Just to take logarithm for that x by m, that is equal to k into p raised to 1 by n. Then you can apply logarithm for that, then we will get log x by m, that is equal to, we have to apply the log both sides, log k plus 1 by n into log p. The validity of Freundlich isotherm can be verified by plotting this in x-axis, log p in y-axis, then you will get a straight line. Look at here. As the log p increases, it is goes on increases. If you take this slope that is equal to what is that? 1 by n. This Freundlich isotherm explains the behavior of adsorption in an approximate manner. Then the value 1 by n can have the values between 0 and 1. If 1 by n that is equal to 1, it is very, very important one just to remember here that if 1 by n that is equal to 1, then x by m that is equal to k into p. That is, it is x by m that is directly proportional to p. That means what? The extent of adsorption is directly proportional to the pressure. If n 1 by n that is equal to 0, then x by m that is equal to constant. That means what? Adsorption it is independent of what is the pressure. So this is what a very, 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 very important concept for the point of your examination. Next, limitations of this Freundlich adsorption isotherm, that this Freundlich adsorption isotherm it is valid only at the low pressure but not at high pressure. Next, adsorption from solution phase. Adsorption from solution phase means what? Solid surface can also adsorb solute from the solutions. For example, if you consider, when solution of acetic acid is shaken with charcoal, the concentration of the acetic acid decreases. It is due to the adsorption of acetic molecules on the surface of the charcoal. The extent of adsorption from the solution on solid is found that it decreases with increase in temperature, increases with increase in surface area of the adsorbent, depends on the concentration of solute in the solution, depend on the nature of adsorbate and adsorbent. From this adsorption, Freundlich isotherm equation can be modified as x by m that is equal to k into c that is raised to the power of 1 by n, where c is the equilibrium concentration, x that is equal to mass of the solute adsorbed, m is mass of adsorbent, k and n are constants which depends on the nature of adsorbate on and adsorbent. You can take logarithm for that also, then you will get the same graph. The validity of Freundlich isotherm can be verified as follows. Total equal volumes of acetic acid solutions of different concentrations in a different flasks. Add equal volume of amount of charcoal to those flasks, shake well. The total concentration of acetic acid in each flask is determined. The difference in the initial and final concentration gives the values of x. Then by using that, we can able to confirm. Come to the next one, applications of adsorption. We can able to apply the adsorption in gas masks. Why means in gas mask, activated charcoal can be used to adsorb poisonous gases. Adsorption can be used in the production of high vacuum. A very high vacuum is produced by adsorbing traces of air from an evacuated vessel using activated charcoal. So adsorption can be used to control the humidity also. Silica gel and aluminum gels are the chemical substances are used to absorb moisture in air and to control humidity. Next, for the removal of coloring matter from the solution, decolorization of sugar and vegetable oils, etc. can be achieved by using this animal charcoal. Here, animal charcoal is the adsorbent. In heterogeneous catalysis also we can able to use, and which the adsorption phenomena that is used to separate the inert gases also. The extent of adsorption of a noble gases on activated charcoal increases with a decrease in temperature, and these increases in atomic gases of noble gases. Next, we can able to use to cure the diseases. A number of drugs which are used to kill the germs by getting adsorption on them, and in the Froth flotation method also. So this is a Froth flotation method which can be used to concentrate sulfide ores. In this process, the sulfide ores can be preferentially adsorbed on the froth surface that floats on the surface of that container. So we can able to use as indicator also, and we can able to use this for the chromatographic analysis also. So this is what the concept of adsorption. The next one is catalysis.